So let's start with your gear, I guess. Like we are, I guess I don't know exactly what your gear is, but I assume that we have a kind of different setup in filming. But I might be completely wrong here.
Yeah, right.
So it would be interesting to know what you're using.
Okay, well, just in case people don't know, I actually freelance as a videographer. So one of the things that I need and rely on is a good camera. Now, there's loads of different types of cameras. My camera of choice is the GH5, which I'm using right now. It's a great camera. It's really, really versatile. It's got built-in stabilization. Not fantastic for low light, but it's a good all-round camera, and uses a series of lenses called a Micro Four Thirds. Really, a lot cheaper than the full-frame lenses. And that's my choice of cameras. Which camera do you use?
Just talking about GH5, because when I talk about my camera, you might know where this question is coming from. But do you not think this is quite a heavy thing to carry around? Are you using different lenses as well, or is it just the normal kit?
Good question. So I predominantly, 99% of the time when I'm traveling around, I use one lens, and it's this lens what I'm using right now, the 12 to 35mm. The only time when I'm using my other lenses is when I'm actually wanting a very specific type of beauty shots. But if I wanted to film more of a cinematic type sequence, I might use another lens because it's just better for that.
But let's say you're going on a trip and you don't know what you will shoot during that trip. Like just you're going for a week to I don't know, somewhere in Europe. Would you take just your camera with one lens, or would you take several lenses just in case? Or
well, okay, so 99% of the time I will be taking just the one lens. This lens I'm using right now. But to be perfectly honest, like if you're not very specific about the type of thing that you want to film, use a smartphone. Like smartphone filming captures like 80% of the type of stuff you want to capture, and then the rest of 20%, maybe get a SLR or a compact camera.
Yeah, well, that's basically explains as well what I'm using normally, and that's just my smartphone. To be fair, when I film stuff, I use my smartphone, and the only addition that I have to my smartphone is a DJI gimbal to stabilize the stuff.
Which smartphone do you use?
Just my my Pixel 2. Just
Pixel 2. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
No, but to be fair, I think nowadays it doesn't really matter which smartphone you use, because it's all about the story anyway, and no matter which phone you're using, 90% of those phones, the quality is good enough.
I completely agree. I honestly agree. I upgraded recently to a S10, this phone right here, if you can see it. Yes, you can see it.
Yeah.
So the thing about the S10 is that it's a good phone. It's one of the better Android phones, but I still think that iPhone 11 still has a slight edge. So for those people looking to get yourself into smartphone filming, lean towards the iPhone if you're undecided. Android it's okay, but it's not perfect. Put it that way.
Yeah. So the only addition that I have to that is that like the problem with smartphones in general is that the audio quality is really, really bad in my experience. So
yes.
The first thing that I invested in was just an external microphone. So I'm using a lav mic normally with nowadays a Tascam hand recorder that you could use. But before I just used it in another iPhone where I plugged it in. So if someone was filming me, they could stand from a distance and I just could capture the audio directly from myself. And then I could stand wherever I was. Basically, it was a wireless setup, and the audio is so much better than just from your phone.
So just in case people don't know what's a lavalier mic, what is a lavalier mic?
A lavalier mic is, like you saw it on the video as well playing in the background, but it's basically a mic that you will clip on somewhere on your shirt or on your jacket, and it just captures the audio directly from there.
Oh, so basically it just like hangs on the side here, and then you just speak into it like a mini microphone.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I even see people online, to be fair, using their Bluetooth headphones, connecting into their phone and just using their microphone from the Bluetooth headphone, and even that works fine if you want to start out, to be fair.
Like, so there's actually no real barriers to just starting out filming with good audio. In fact, I would argue that it's better to focus on better audio than just like the best lens or best camera or whatever, because you don't need it. It's actually audio which is harder to do well, which is one of the reasons I actually have a fairly complicated series of audio setups doing my type of stuff. So should I talk about my audio setup?
Yeah, what are you using for your audio then, Joe?
Well, okay then. So I was using, well, I recently upgraded to, you can't see, it's off camera, but it's called a VideoMic NTG. And it's a gorgeous gorgeous microphone, because it combines two types of microphones. It's the portability of the VideoMic series, but it's also, as you see on screen right now, it's also it's a part of the NTG family, and it's one of the more broadcast quality microphones. So if you're doing a voiceover, it's great because you can actually stick it just above you and you can just talk like you would normally talk for a professional studio. But or you can also do what we're doing, and it's got wide enough to allow two people to do like a live stream right now. It's amazing.
And how does it work? Like, for example, if I would use this mic in a setup where...
Oh, you can use it as a vlogging microphone.
Yeah,
as well.
for vlogging I can imagine it works well. But let's say I will use it for someone who's standing 4 meters away.
Yeah, so the good thing about this particular microphone is actually battery powered. So unlike another popular travel mic, the Video Micro, it's actually got quite a strong length to it, so you can stand 3-4 meters away. I mean, it's going to be quite noisy, especially if it's in the public, but you can still definitely hear it. So I could put this microphone in the corner, and the audio won't be the best, but it's still passable in a controlled environment like we are. So if you're standing in the street and it's fairly quiet and you're standing against the wall, it's possible. You can use it as a presenting microphone.
Okay, so that works as well.
Yeah.
And is there any other gear in specific that you're using?
Oh yeah, I also use an Instamic. Now, the good thing about my second microphone I use, I call it the GoPro of microphones, because it basically hooks onto your little t-shirt and you can use it as an external recorder, and you can control it through your phone, and the quality that comes out is amazing. What I'll do is I'll add a couple of links in this video to where I've actually filmed a couple of vlogs where I'm using the Instamic, sorry. And the Instamic is
And does it work well with the Instamic in terms of, because at least with a lavalier mic you can have those windscreen protectors on top of it.
Yep.
I can imagine you don't have such a thing for the Instamic.
You do actually.
You do?
Yeah. It's completely accessorized like a microphone that you need in any type of situation. There's wind muffs, and it's just really, really portable. I use it for my professional work as well. It's just really handy. I've used it as my backup microphone when I go do weddings as well, stuff like that. It's really versatile.
Yeah, and the battery of the thing is alright as well?
It lasts for absolutely hours on end. I'm hoping you can still hear me with the person doing some
we have someone hoovering the office at the moment, so that's sorry for that.
That's it.
You might even see him in the background passing by, to be fair.
Wave to us. Okay, maybe doesn't want to wave to us by the looks of things.
No, yeah.
Anyway, what's next?